Hi, my name is Ben. I'm here today to tell you my story of my son Joe and the procedure we decided to have done for him to cure his dental needs with an all-on-4 procedure done by Kopp and Associates. This all started because Joe and I have a hereditary genetic imperfection that doesn't allow for proper development of enamel on our teeth. It makes the teeth more subjective to wear and decay, and the whole tooth doesn't form in the normal shape. It comes from my mother's side of the family, so my mother, my aunt, my cousins, my brother and sister, of course myself. We have this same condition, and it's been passed on now through to my son Joe as well as my nephew, and it needs care as time goes on. As a child, this affected me in the ways of physically just eating. The lack of development on the teeth made it hard to eat particular foods. For example, I can remember my father eating the peeling off an apple for me so it was easier to eat. Halloween time, caramel covered apples were definitely not available to me. That I couldn't bite into the apple, especially with the caramel coating on the top, corn on the cob, that type of thing. Of course, there's also the emotional side, especially as a child. There's the teasing that goes on without having the enamel on the teeth. You know, hey, what happened to your teeth? They're all brown. And what's going on with that? Of course, you're rather inhibited to answer those questions. There's also the times of, give me a big smile. You got picture day at school, or anybody taking a picture for that matter. It's, come on, give me a big smile. And I was hesitant to do that. So as a youth, I remember those things, and I'm sure my son Joe went through the same type of situations and feelings, and that it's not something that's easy to deal with or talk about with others. It makes an impact on my life in that beyond just the physical side of the foods to avoid that were difficult to eat and all, there's also the strong emotional side of dealing with an imperfection. As time went on, as I got older, with the age and maturity comes a little more wisdom and philosophy about such things, and everybody's got some type of flaw. There's no one that's perfect. I remember Kathleen here at Kopp Dental telling me at least this is a condition that can be corrected, and that meant a lot to me. I'm sure it's affected Joe in his daily life as well. From the time that he's had this treatment done and his new teeth, he also experienced the transition from high school student to college student, and the new friends and acquaintances that come along with that. So he's gone through quite a bit in the last couple of years. I think a good impact on his life was when he had his teeth cared for, in that he was freer with his smile. He's always been relatively outgoing in his personality, and I think that with his new teeth and his new smile and a maybe better sense of confidence and social surrounding, he was more talkative. And I think that overall matches better his overall personality. In itself, although very successful and very good now, we're happy with it, did come with its sense of pain and suffering. Of course, there's the physical pain. Both Joe and myself went through the, I don't know what you want to call it, the experience of having all of our teeth pulled in one day. On top of that, Joe had implants put in, so I would rank him at the top of the scale of the pain endurance level. There's also the emotional side of it. It's really difficult for a parent to see their son go through that physical pain as well as the emotional pain of how do I deal with this, and the change in his life. There wasn't a particular moment when we came to the conclusion to say now's the time for Joe to get this dental work done. It was pretty much a foregone conclusion from day one. But the condition of his teeth, it came to a point of their wear, and from the physical necessity for him being able to eat well on an ongoing basis, especially into his adult life, that it was a physical necessity. Of course, there was the benefit of having a nice smile to come of it too, and with that, the confidence builder and the social aspect and ease of talking and ease of smile. That was a great benefit as well. The decision on how to treat Joe's condition was not an easy decision, but we did have a lot of understanding of the situation because of my condition. When I was at Joe's age, I had all of my teeth ground down to the gum level to provide for better bone retention and a stable base for an overdenture. In Joe's case, we were looking at that versus having all of his teeth pulled for denture versus all of his teeth pulled for implants. And based on Joe's active athletic lifestyle, we felt that the implant would be the best, and that would provide him for a more natural condition for a young man not to have denture to come in and out. And it's a choice that we're happy that we made. Our choice to use Kopp and Associates for Joe's procedures came initially from a referral from my wife's dentist, and we came in for a consultation. We found the entire staff here to be very professional and caring, and Dr. Kopp gave us a strong impression that he cared not only for the physical well-being of his patients, but also the emotional well-being of his patients. He truly understood how Joe was feeling, and he was interested in understanding how I felt going through the same procedure many years ago. We also liked the relationship that Kopp Dental had with Dr. Karras, Joe's oral surgeon, and they worked hand in hand very well. And it made the entire procedure very seamless for us to be able to go with a one-day treatment at Dr. Karras' office for extraction and implants and temporary new teeth, and then the follow-up and Dr. Kopp's care. Even on the day of Joe's initial treatment at Dr. Karras, they were there together. So that teamwork was very attractive to us and made our decision easy to choose Kopp Dental. Completing the procedure that Joe now had his new teeth, I think it changed his life very much for the better. The physical aspect of being able to eat foods without hesitation, and to be so free with his smile. He became more talkative. I think it overall matches his inner being. He's not really a shy guy, so it's nice to hear him talk and smile freely and get along so well with him. The procedure itself was very fulfilling for me as a father. It made me feel good that Joe's physical needs were cared for, as far as being able to eat and having a good structure to his teeth, and his appearance came along with it. That was all good. The biggest thing for me is I feel that a smile is more than a part of someone's appearance. It's an expression of emotion. And that emotion being joy and happiness. Who would want to suppress joy and happiness? It made it very much worthwhile for me to see Joe happy.
Hi, I'm Joe, and I'd like to tell you the story of how Kopp and Associates helped give me my smile. It all started when I was younger, in elementary school especially, and all the kids, they would make fun of me and ask why my teeth were brown, why my teeth were so small, and it just got to the point where I just had enough and I had to do something about it, and that's when we came to the decision to come here to get the dental implants done so my smile would look like an actual smile. You can't even tell the difference. Growing up as a child, it was a little difficult for me not being able to show my teeth really, because then I'd get all the questions that were always asked. Why are your teeth so short? Why are they brown? Let me see your teeth. Can you smile for me? And that sort of shaped me into a quiet, shy, not very outgoing child, but that just wasn't me. I had a small group of friends who I felt comfortable with. They didn't ask me those questions. I was able to laugh and be a child, just be myself. And now I feel much more comfortable smiling. I can talk to people and they don't even know I have dental implants until I tell them, and most of the time I don't even have to let them know because they just look so real. The biggest change in my life really is I'm a lot more confident now. I can go up to people and say, hey, my name is Joe. I can smile, I can laugh without feeling self-conscious about how my teeth look. I just recently had a girlfriend we've been dating for over a year, and when I met her, she didn't even know that my teeth were fake. I told her, 6 months after we started dating, and she couldn't believe that these were not my actual teeth. I'd just like to thank my mom and my dad for making the decision to take me to such a great association as Kopp Dental. The environment is very friendly. It makes me feel natural, like I'm at home, and I just want to thank them for finally giving me a nice, clean-looking smile.